All right, Creed, we're getting ready to go.
All right, we'd like to call to order the Board of Directors meeting for June 23rd, 2020. This meeting is being held pursuant to Executive Order 16 of the Governor of the State of Tennessee. As such, all members of the committee must be able to hear me and each other. And we will take a roll call now to see. Bryson is here. Mr. Fubern.
Here.
Mr. Hughes.
Here.
Mr. Levitt.
Here.
Mr. Almond. Mr. Ring.
Here.
And Mr. Graves. If you cannot hear each other or members, please notify me immediately. All votes will be done by roll call. This meeting is available to the public on Public Access TV and is streaming live on YouTube. So our first order of business today is the approval of the minutes of the January 21st, 2020 meeting. You have those in your packet. Is there a motion for approval?
I move that we approve it as distributed.
There's a second.
Second.
If no corrections or additions or deletions, all in favor, aye.
You'll have to do a roll call vote. Roll call.
Got to
I'm
do
sorry.
roll call vote.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Bryson present. Mr. Fubern.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Levitt.
Yes.
Mr. Ring.
Aye.
Okay, yes, that's the members here. The motion carried. Okay, and now is the approval of the April 14th, 2020 meeting. We have a motion for the approval of this meeting. We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any corrections or additions or deletions? All right, we'll vote again. Bryson, yes. Mr. Fubern,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Mr. Levitt,
Yes.
Mr. Ring.
Yes.
All right. Motion to approve. The minutes are approved. And we'll now have the treasury report. And Alan, you going to give that today?
I am going to take it and yield it to Ms. Amy.
All right, I'll take it. On the page to where we have the bank balances, I kind of cleaned that up a little bit. You can see it's month by month. Along with, that includes the $1 million CD and then the interest that was earned on that to give you a total monthly balance. And then there's also the sheet year to date that we have of the expenditures and the revenue
Where are you now?
on this page right here.
I guess we need to add page numbers.
Yep. I'm sorry, this is my first rodeo for this one, so. All right. And if you look on the second page, the spent received through May the 29th of 2020, change in net assets. At this time, there is a negative balance of $257,614.86. We are expecting another TECB distribution of $263,566 will bring that to a positive balance. And I believe that's all I have. If you have any questions.
Anybody have any questions of Amy? there a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
I move approve.
Is there a second?
second,
Have a motion and a second. We'll vote by roll call again. Bryson, yes. Mr. Huber,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes,
yes,
Mr. Lovett,
Yes.
Mr. Ring.
Yes.
All right, the treasurer's report is approved, and we'll move on to the emergency communication district report. Bill, you have that for us?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The only thing I have to present to you today is the new director for emergency communications. Is Christy Borden. She's in the room. You may want to step over here where Mr. Ring can see you.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Ring.
She was recently appointed by Mayor Anderson to lead the charge in the emergency communications center. We are very happy with that decision and look forward to many years of service from Christy. We're glad to have you aboard.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sorry I was late. We're taking over Brentwood today and helping them out, so.
We are not taking over Brentwood.
Oh, wow.
We are dispatching for them today and tomorrow, well, for the next 48 hours while they attend the funeral of their police officer.
Yes.
That's great. That's good.
Any more questions of Bill on the report? I don't think we need to vote on that. There's no old business, and moving on to new business is the fiscal year 2020 budget amendments. Bill, you want to do them before you like to do it again?
I can, Mr. Chairman, unless Mr. Lovett, the treasurer, wants to do it.
I will yield.
Okay. Okay, we go back to the, and everybody should receive the 2 pages from the budget committee meeting. And the one that's highlighted has the yellow highlights on it that shows the FY20 budget and the proposed amendments. If we look at the first line that's changing or proposed to be changed, would be line 3020. It should be TECB, distribution of excess revenue. The proposal is to change it from the current $100,000 to $78,258, which changes total revenue from $1,681,396 to $1,659,654. Proposing to change line 4204, accounting and bookkeeping services, by adding $410. That is to pay for half of QuickBooks. The other half of QuickBooks will be paid for by the Williamson County Joint Communications Network Authority. So that cost is being shared between the ECD and the Network Authority. Maintenance agreements, proposing an increase of $700, and the total there would be $23,275. Line 4305 is equipment purchases not capitalized. The recommendation or the proposal is to remove that completely. That would remove $10,000 of expenditures. The total then would change. Currently, it's at $3,003,819. That would change to $2,994,519. And next would be line 5002, interest income. The proposal is to change it from 30,000 to 8,000. The change in net assets proposed in the budget would now be $11,135 for the current FY20 budget.
Any questions of the proposed changes? We have a motion.
I move approval as submitted by the Budget Committee.
We have a second. We have a second. Any further questions? We'll do the roll call vote. Bryson, yes. Mr. Fubin,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes,
yes,
Mr. Levitt,
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
All right. The budget changes are approved for 2021, and that's now for 2020. And now for the proposed changes to the budget for 2021.
This is for the, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This would be for the proposed FY21 budget. Just have that in front of them. All right, so a couple things to note before we go through the proposed FY21 budget. Some of the account numbers and account names have changed from the FY20 budget. These new numbers and names were provided by the State Emergency Communications Board, and we make those changes to get us in line with the new state requirements for the budgets. I will also note that if there's any major changes from the previous year, I will call those out as we go through each one of these lines. The first one is line 3010, which is now called TCA Section 786-303 receipts. This used to be TECB distributions of 911 surcharges. Last year's budget, this is budgeted at $1,581,396. So $1,581,396. This year, the ECD should be receiving a $500,000 increase. So this is proposed at $2,081,396. The next line is 3070 contracted services.
Did the budget, did the legislature pass the increase in the 911 fee?
Yes.
Okay.
So the legislature did pass that. The TECB passed it just recently in the last few weeks. And we just got this information from the state last week, and that's the $500,000 increase. Yes, sir.
All right.
3070 contracted services. This is where the city of Franklin, city of Spring Hill, town of Thompson Station, and the city of Fairview pay the ECD for dispatch services. That equals $985,000 for a total operating revenue of $3,066,396. When we go to section 4200, administrative major categories, the only change in this from the previous year's budget would be line, now that it's been approved, but line 4204, the $410 is for QuickBooks. I don't believe there's any other changes from the previous year's budget. So the subtotal for administration is $48,560. Category 4400, communications, operations major category. Line 4413, communications and license fees. That's where we pay AT&T for 911 lines. Line 4418, training expenses, which is the same as last year, $44,232. That's where the county is reimbursed for training expenses for the 911 telecommunicators. Line 4429, impact payments to government agencies, is $3,036,762. This does include a capital project of $205,000. This capital project is to add 3 workstations in the 911 center. The total cost of that project is $405,000. The ECD is being asked, and the proposal is to pay half of that at $205,000. And Williamson County government has in their budget, which will go in front of the county commission on July 13th, the other $200,000 to complete that project. Line 4431, maintenance and warranty contracts. That was for the high-speed notification system. We'll just jump down to grand total operating expenses, $3,308,554. The next line, non-operating revenues and expenses, line 5002, interest income. That line has changed significantly. This is just interest off the checking account. And you all just approved changing that in some of the proposed amendments, but we foresee that the checking account won't bring in any more than $6,000 this next year because of interest rates. The next line, 5004, is the same as last year at $250,000. This is a subsidy by Williamson County government for dispatch services. Total change in that position being proposed is $13,842. Mr. Chairman, that's all I have on the proposed FY20 budget.
All right, you've heard the presentation. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second to approve the proposed 2021 budget for the fiscal year. Is any further discussion or question? I believe the budget committee approved it 100%. I was watching. Is that not correct? All right, we'll vote by Liz here.
That it over
Here,
there.
mixed up here in all these things. All right, Mr. Bryson votes yes. Mr. Fubern,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Mr. Levitt,
Yes.
Mr. Ring.
Yes.
All right, that's a unanimous vote. The budget for fiscal year 21 is approved. Legal counsel, do you have anything?
No, sir.
All right, anybody else have anything before we adjourn? Not, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for coming.